Hi guys, it's MicheleMarieDalene. Let me finish trying. We're just here to have some fun with you today. Nothing serious to talk about, really. Other than Pink Rose, the surfer at pinkrose.dhis.org is temporarily offline. The power supply fan quit, and we ordered a new one, and it should be here in a couple of weeks, and then we'll fix that and get our web server here at the Snow Queen Palace up online for you in a couple of days. Right now, of course, it's soggy, rainy, and it's kind of yucky out there. We might even have some potential chance of seeing some snow flurries tonight. The temperature today is going to be getting down below 0 degrees Celsius, and will be pretty cool tonight. Tomorrow, expected high is going to be a little better, but it's still going to be a little on the nippy side. It's going to be about 6 is a high, and -3 is a low. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. And what else we got going on? I don't know. You tell me. I'm bored, honestly. She's always bored. No, today's just really a boring day. I don't think there's anything good on TV tonight. I think your stomach will thank you for that. Because you see, one of the problems I got a lot of people, and Michele is watching TV, she's always keeping her jaws busy. It's true. I know. Well, anyway. Yeah, I gotta watch my weight. You don't want to bulk up again, do you? Not really. Right now I'm still having some problems with my right ankle. Ouch. Yeah, ouch. But maybe I'll be okay. Because I think I got a hairline fracture in there from a couple months ago. And it's kind of, he's kind of subsided in the pain. But, it's sometimes it kind of reminds me that I need to take it a little easier on myself as I get older. Age sucks. Yeah, but age does have its privileges. I mean, after all, we can think back at things that we knew that today's youngsters never heard of. Like a Walkman. I'm glad you brought that up. Somebody actually brought that up on Reddit, that today's kids from the double O's have no idea why the Walkman was the big deal back in the mid-'80s. Personal stereos were a big deal because you allowed you to take your favorite music mixes with you. People made their own custom mixtapes, and they used to carry them, would be able to pop them in and listen to their favorite tunes. Remember, so in other words, you can say the music is pre-shuffled, and then you play the cassette tape, and there it is. Then Sony came up with automatic music shuttle search, which turned out to be really nice. AMSS, which allowed you to sort of seek ahead on the tape, looking for the next blank space in the tape, meaning that probably was the end of the lead out of that song. And so people could actually do high-speed seeks. That was only on the very later cassette Walkman features had that, and early ones didn't. No, they just had the camera view, or basically press the button and you listen to Mickey Mouse on crack cocaine, so to speak. Yeah, that. Yeah. But after working with cassette tapes after all those years and open reels, I kind of began to appreciate that messy noise because it helps me to find things. So anyway, there's not really much going on. By the way, did you guys like the little video let me did yesterday? I mean, honestly, I think we worked hard on that, but I think in some ways, we kind of, maybe it didn't help any, maybe it helped some, I don't know. Unfortunately, we made a slight screw up with the audience applause track, and I'm sorry about that, but, it's life, right? Shit happens. One of the things that I want to point out is just like Hebrew National Meats. I do not have any additives, fillers, colors, or preservatives. I am 100% kosher because I have to be by a higher authority. So when you look at me, some people ask me questions like, have you ever had breast augmentations and things like that? The answer is no, I have not. In fact, I am 100% kosher. The real kosher. In fact, the only thing Michele hasn't done is she hasn't been blessed by a rabbi. I'm not Jewish, Lou. I know, Paul. You know what I mean. Yeah, okay. It's true. 100% pure, unadulterated, unmodified. No processing, no flavors, no colors, no additives, and preservatives. By the way, Hebrew National hot dogs are actually very good. They taste great. They do. Yeah. I like Nathan's too, but Nathan's has got that kind of unique flavor to it. Yeah. You ever wonder why I got a little bit of wetness on my boat? Is I was drinking a coffee and some of it spilled my dress, and then I ended up having to use a damp rag to wipe off so it won't leave a brown stain on a purple dress. You never see a brown stain on a purple dress because it would just look kind of blend in with the pattern and stuff, but still, I mean, it's not really that great. I just wanted to try to look best as I can. Also, I have a hair appointment coming up on Thursday. Yeah, I'm gonna finally get my hair retouched. We're gonna get toned this time? I don't know. I mean, it depends. I mean, we could retone it. I'd like to. I do have money allocated for the retoning. But it depends on what the salon feels, if it's necessary. Also, my hair has gotten long enough and sticking up nicely. It's sticking up very nicely, relatively speaking. I can almost beginning to be able to do an Elsa thing from Frozen. I can almost take my hair and swing it over one shoulder. Oh, that is so cool. That is cool. Always, I just can't leave it like this way now. Yeah, I usually do. Someday soon, folks, we are going to try to get it so that you can talk with me and let me interactively. However, seems to be that little bit of a might. And the problem is that there's a lack of bandwidth over here to allow us to send a live stream up to the internet. It's just not going to happen. There's just not enough bandwidth to do that. No, there just isn't. And I'm sorry. We really would love to. We really would. But we can't because we don't have the bandwidth to do that. But we do always have been open to your communications, and we'd love to hear from you. And so please do feel free to contact us. We're in many means of reading our video, and watching our videos, and audio streams too. Don't forget those. Yeah, I know, I keep forgetting about that. If you are listening to this on www.yourlisten.com/BICHELA, we really would love to have you let others know and follow us there. If you are on the regular YouTube as a subscriber, we'd love to have you also come over and check out Your Listen stream as well. Yeah, we'd love to have you on both channels. Also, Loom, I'd love to remind you that Loomy's channel still only has 2 subscribers. But lately I've been listening I'm sorry, let me say it over. Lately I have been doing most of my videos over here. Most of the time, yeah. But we do have our own channel, so. And I'd like to try to allow us to have our independent ability to do our own shows on both channels. Because sometimes Michele doesn't always want to participate. I mean, she'll start the tape for me, and then that's about it. And then after that, it's like, okay, Loom, say your piece, and then she'll help me edit it down. But there's tons of things she'll just say is, I don't really want to be on the camera right now. I'm about to explain something about what happens when one of the two doesn't want to participate. We don't really talk much about that. Oh boy. It's that last time, yesterday's conversation was confusing. Well, let's try to keep it short and sweet. This body has two souls in it. Okay? So one soul can be, usually me, is just kind of just does their own thing, and then, because Michele can do the same thing. She can astral travel. She can temporarily leave the body. We have an understanding that if once he leaves the body for whatever reason to do something, that someone else has to watch the body, because we don't want any dark entities in here. Right, exactly. And so usually, of course, since my name is on the lease, it's me. When we say the lease, let's explain that. Michele's body is given to her for this application, for being on Earth. It is not. She does not own it outright. Okay, it's for her use on Earth. Because you saw Michele's true body, it is really, really beautiful. It is perfect in every way possible. But unfortunately, her body on Earth has flaws, and there's a lot of reasons why. First of all, in her life chart, she has to overcome her flaws and to become a better, well-rounded person. Yeah. A lot of people talk about the life charts, and we'll get into that in more detail in another video. Actually, we've done quite a few about them, but I'm kind of doing the equivalent of my graduate studies at this point. I'm trying to finish up what's left of my education, so me and Lemmy can make our final return trip and go home, and I might come back for extracurricular fun, but I may not. I don't know yet. Given the way the world's going, I really don't think I'd want to come back. No, I wouldn't. But, you're always one of those people that says, I'll take the chance. Yeah, it's true. I've always been a take chance taker. I'll take a chance. I'll take a chance. I love taking chances, But, the thing is that it's still, life is a challenge. It's, just like everybody else can know that. It's like, sometimes I don't always get it together either. Some people may think I have it together all the time. I can assure you there are days when I absolutely positively am worse than Gomer Pyle USMC. I'm sorry, it's true. Michele can be just as bad as Gomer Pyle. Seriously. Gee, Sarge, I forgot the coffee was hot. It was all the way. Oh, Michele, you're killing me. This true, though. It's like Michele it's the same as everybody else. She's human, She breathes and eats and sleeps and excretes just like you do. Yeah. And, of course, it's sometimes that... I remember one time, we talk about when someone... what that thing about when usually I'm the one who steps out for a while. But so one time Michele had to because she was having some really bad stressing, and so she wanted to go to the Hall of Healing because she really, really was almost at the verge of having emotional collapse. And one of the things that Mother Asna said, well, Michele can go up there for a few hours when people are sleeping, as an outpatient. And so I had to run the body at nighttime because Michele would be at the Hall of Healing at night. In other words, I was in charge of the whole body. And one of the requirements was, as I said, is I am not going to pretend to be Michele. First of all, I don't sound like Michele, and I don't want to be Michele. Okay, so it was understood that Michele, after everybody locked up, went home with bed, Michele, of course, would, kiss me goodnight, and she'd go, and, through the astral travel, she'd leave the body, I'd be in charge of the body for the night. And then she'd come back the next morning, and of course I know she's there because I can sense her presence. She says good morning. She nuzzles me, wakes me up, and then of course we do what we gotta do. And then same thing for like 3 nights we did that. Yeah. And then what did we get stressed about? I can't remember. It was just generally the same kind of things that happens every summer around here, or it seems like around here this building is always full of bullshit. Not literally bovine manure. Not literally, no. But sometimes I swear, if you look outside, all the leaves out there, sure thing there's a lot of guano. The maintenance man. There has not been anyone to rake or clean up the leaves. There's still building maintenance that has to be done. The landlord has nobody to help him do the work. He's getting up in his years, and he's having health problems of his own. He might be doing a little better now, but it's just the way it is, I guess. By the way, what is the story with your uncle? Okay, my uncle Johnny Olson was having some problems with his heart. He's about 70 years old. Wow, he's getting up there. And like the rest of our family, he is a good man. He's an intelligent man, but I don't know what the story is in detail. My aunt has not given me a lot of information. Just to know that he's doing okay. And so my aunt is younger of my father's sisters, but she's like me. She's likes to go out there. She's very much into cooking and crafting and things like that. Kind of like me in a sense. I'm not really a crafter, but you're a creative person too. I'm a creative person too. Yeah. But I think that my creativity is in different fields. Technology and things like that. One of the things I seem to remember now or noticing nowadays is that so many times you looked at disgust at all these computers sitting in here and said to yourself, I really would like to call the recycling guy and have him haul them out of here. Yeah, I have thought about doing that. Because, it's just so much of a pain in the ass maintaining not one computer, not two computers, but, on my apartment originally I had 5 computers running 24 hours a day. Now I only have one, and that one has got a power supply problem. You still got the other 5 computers, though. 6. Whoa. Okay. The problem is that those 6 computers are in various states of repair. Some of them are ready to work right away. Some of them don't work well. Some of them just don't really interest me. Now, what about the situation with Windows XP? You want to talk about that briefly? Windows XP is technically, as of yesterday, has received its last day of updates from Microsoft. And unless you're a paying extra to continue a limited service contract, the Windows XP is 13 years old. However, it is still more popular right now than Windows 8.1. 8.1. Okay. It's still doing better than Windows 7, which is... Windows 7 hasn't been around a long time. No, it hasn't. Windows 7, though, is liked by many people. It's not flawless, but people do like it. And so Microsoft called me up on the phone And because originally, for setting up one machine, I registered one copy of Windows XP. And they were trying to call me and tell me that I need to be willing to upgrade to Windows 8.1. And I told them straight out, I said, sir, I don't use Windows XP anymore. Okay? I really don't like it. I don't think Windows XP is that good. I got one machine with Windows XP on it, and it's not that great of a deal. The only reason I installed Windows XP in that one machine was because I had a Samsung Vibrant from T-Mobile, which couldn't reflash it with my Mac, and couldn't get the firmware updates with my Mac, and so I had to try to use that one computer to flash it for Windows XP so we could upgrade the phone. Unfortunately, someone stole my phone, but it was a battery sucking monster. It was a battery. You're exactly right, Lum. Thank you. In fact, that phone had a nice screen and had a good picture and it worked okay. But, given what I know now is that I'm a Mac user, and I prefer my Mac because I enjoy the fact that there is a nicely seamless architectural combination for the environment. So when for example, if I'm take pictures with my iPhone, I import them in with iPhoto, and then with iPhoto, I can bring them into iMovie or iTunes. Of the videos I shoot, my phone can go right into iPhoto and then go right into iMovie as well. Or I can watch them on iTunes too. Or, if I want to update my calendar of my phone, it will sync update with my calendar on my Mac. Same thing with the address book. So everything is connected together, which means that for me, I don't have to worry about dealing with totally separate heterogeneous systems that I can't make them all work together. Even with the Android, there was just no way I could easily synchronize my Apple Calendar with an Android. I looked for applications and I couldn't find one. I tried to find ways to synchronize my, as I said, my contacts. I couldn't. I tried to synchronize my calendar. I couldn't. Which means, in some ways, it was going back to the dark ages when I had an iPhone. When I had my Nokia 6340i and I was trying to maintain the calendar on the 6340i, and I had to type in the exact same appointments into my iCal on my Mac. Now everything's connected together, so as long as I sync my phone to my Mac on occasion, I have all my calendars and my address books, and they're all in one place. Right, that's a convenient thing. You ever tried the iCloud thing? No, because my Mac is a PowerPC Mac, and Apple will not release the iCloud for Leopard for the PowerPC, and so I can't synchronize with the iCloud. But given what's going on right now with the internet and all these concerns about security and privacy, I don't think integrating with the calendars and stuff and having them stored on some public server somewhere, I don't care what kind of encryption you got, it's still potentially... What happens if that company, changes their platform design, or if, like Mega Uploads, they shut down abruptly and you have no time to get your stuff off the program? You lose everything, and then what do you got for it? What do you got? Nothing. Yeah. By the way, that's where we also shut down at pinkrose.dhis.org, is because the power supply, if that power supply fails, that computer from overheating, that computer is potentially destroy our hard drive. Yeah, and that has all our music files on it. So we want to make sure to get the fan repaired, replaced, and then once we get the new LTO2 tape drives, then we're going to start backing up the network onto tape cartridges, and then we'll be all set in protecting our assets. And it's important. Do you think that things have really changed a lot in the last few years in the computer industry, or do you think things are pretty much? I don't know, Liam. I've been around a long time. I've seen a lot of things, good things, bad things. I don't know. There's just things are just strange right now, because like I said, they're talking about Heartbleed bug, and they're talking about how the NSA has been spying on people, and how, of course, Google has been doing a lot of data harvesting, Facebook is, and all these other companies are snooping and sniffing around your data piles, and how people storing things on the cloud are finding that their cloud storage is not so great after all, because, like I said, like what happened to Mega Upload, that really destroyed credibility for a lot of cloud storage sites. Because now, what happens if somebody else starts uploading a video, say, for example, Walt Disney's Frozen, to their storage site, and all of a sudden the MPAA declares that whole website is now is a den of thieves, and shuts it down, then obviously you're going to lose your data, even though you were following the rules in the terms of service. That's one of the reasons why I don't trust offline sites like that. It's a little different than if I can take an LTO tape cartridge or any other kind of format, and I say any kind, because trust me, backing up your computer is always a good thing anyway. I don't care what format it is, as long as you can read the tape back, that's always key. So if you could take your backup of your data and say, open it, get yourself safe deposit box at the bank, that's fine. That's a great idea. Store the backups on a tape cartridge at the bank, and make sure to exchange the tape cartridges every few months or every few weeks. Make sure you always keep a running backup. The whole idea is that way you never have to worry about if the computer blows up or hard drives crash or whatever. You can still call the data back. Yeah. So the point is that you want to keep your data backed up. So yeah, and trust me, when you got as much music stored on the hard drives as I do, and pictures and videos and everything else, oh my god, yeah, it can easily fill up 2 or 3 LTO2s. Just trying to back up every single file in this network. It's going to take a while to do that, especially the first time backup. Yes. So I want to start saving some money, and like I said before, so we can get a new tape drive in here. I'm thinking about getting an external LTO2 secondhand, because then I won't have to worry about the power supply and the case. I got a case, but I need standoffs, and unfortunately most of these LTO2 drives are actually close to full height, so the case I got is too small. Yeah. So, one of the things I seem to remember is that I keep thinking about those big fancy cases back in the 80s that looked like an IBM, that would match with the original IBM PC. Those cases are when you're talking about those full height drive cases. Yeah, it had the same beveled edge like in the PC. Yeah, those would have been cool. They had the Centronics 50 in the back. That would have worked out great for the Tandberg SLR drives. Right now, I don't have to quite go there. I do got a case that would be good for that. But right now, that's like a lower priority. The thing is, what we got to do is back up the stuff we got now. I mean, technically, those files are safe, with snug and bug in the rug, because they're on the tape cartridges that have not been used since 2000. So there's no reason why those files should not still be there. I mean, they may have read errors now, but they were always treated well and kept in the cases, so maybe we'd be lucky and pull them out. That would be interesting to see if we can. It would be interesting. I don't know. I mean, they say typical tape cartridges usually backed up, usually last about with retention times could be as long as 14, 20 years. I got it. Well, that absolutely would be a chance fun to see what happens. Yeah. So, by the way, Michele, you and I have been talking about the weight issue. Yeah. Do you think that maybe you made some mistakes in the original hypothesis? Yeah, I think I did. I let me explain. Originally, I thought I was losing just weight because just eating ice cream and cheese. And it turns out that wasn't quite the case. I was also eating a lot less. And so, yeah, I would eat ice cream and cheese, but most of my weight loss was not so much due because of that, was because I was eating a lot less food and, less input. Means that my body had to use more of its existing reserves to, words, I'd eat the ice cream and the cheese to satisfy the hunger reflex. But I only was really eating heavily when I was watching TV. That's why we were talking about the TV earlier. And so I think that changes a lot of things for me. So you're still going to work on trying to keep the weight down. I'm going to do my best, Slim. It's not always easy to do, and sometimes I make mistakes too. So I'm just natural. I'm just human. Also, I notice that more often than not, your eyes are open in your videos. Yes, they are. Okay, so it's always like staring at the ceiling. Ow! Yeah, I know. But that's sometimes, especially when I'm really tired, my eyes kind of go. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. And or if I'm tired, my nystagmus kind of gets more aggravated. So that's just me. By the way, I had a stranger I never saw today say. Actually, I think that phone call was. I don't know who that phone call was for, but they obviously didn't say. Clearly, they sound like an Asian. But I had a one to Cumbies last night, and some woman said to me, got really nasty with me and said some really unacceptable things, and saying, "Screw me." And I said to her, "No thanks." I'm paraphrasing what she said because this is a public channel and this is a family channel, so I don't want to offend parents, and that's one of the things that I always try to do is keep things at least PG. Michele always tried. I always tried. So, but like I said, there's a few things we're going to be doing in the next few months. I'm going to work on, and now, so what's your plans for next month for the credit cards? I'm going to send. First, I'm thinking about sending from First Premier another $100 next month. Okay, and then the same thing for because it's like $400, $300, $400 bill. So I'm gonna try to pay it off in full. And then because they said even when I'm not using the card, I still gotta pay a monthly service charge. So I might do that is I might just call up First Premier and just cancel the card once it's paid off. That sounds like a plan. Yeah. And that'll also leave you in good standing. Then I could take, after that bill's paid off, we can take the money and do the same thing for Capital One. Capital One has been treating me very well. I get cash back. I do got to pay an annual fee on it, but I get cash back, so it makes a difference. And I'll do the same thing once that's First Premier's paid off, pay off Capital One off. Same way, that's about $400, $500. Same thing. Actually it's about $700. It's, yeah, okay, so it's going to take longer. And then, at the same time, we could then go ahead and, since we're not only going to have to pay for First Premier, we could also, when we're not paying extra money to Capital One, that can go in addition to what is automatically being taken out of my checking account with my permission, to go to the PayPal bill me later, and then we'll pay that off faster. So instead of just sending them 30, you're going to send them like 60 to 100. Right, 30 through the 30 through the automatic, and then another $60 to $70 through the other card. Hi, Mr. Cat. Rusty's here. Yep. Come on over here. He's the cats are doing good. He's a happy cat. It's too bad you can't see him on camera. Well, I could have changed the lens to a wide angle. Yeah, well, it's true. Here you go. Oh, yeah, you see him now. So hi to the camera. Hi. Oops. He's getting big. Yes, he is. He's getting to be a big pussycat. Now you can see him. He's walking all over you again. Here's his tail. Here's his tail. Here's the rest of the cat. Yep. He's full grown now, basically. I mean, he's doing really well. He's a happy pussycat. All my cats are happy. And so, that makes me happy. Because my kitties are happy and I'm happy. And he was going to go outside today, but then he didn't want to get wet, so he kind of changed his mind and said, yeah, I'm staying in. But eventually he's going to go outside. He's going to do what he has to do and things like that. So, in fact, Mr. Cat, I think it stopped raining for a while. You going out there? I don't know if he is or not. But I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to let you go. Yup. And we hope that you enjoy this little time together. And if you have any things you'd like to ask us, just send them in the comments below. And we'll look at them. And you can send the comments to us on YouTube, Your Listen, and Blogger, and Facebook. You can send an email message to us on Facebook. You can contact us on Google+. Let me give you our email address. It's just the same in case you want to make a private message. If you want to send a message to me in private, it's bicehela3@gmail.com. And Lumi is LUMIFINISTRA@gmail.com. And if you want to send, we'd love to hear from you. And so don't be afraid to reach out and talk to us. And that's what we'll be. We'll look at it. Let me tell you a secret. There is no such thing as a stupid question. If you really wanting to know the answer to a question, but you think that maybe you might upset somebody, just send me a private message to me or Lumi, and we'll look at it and try to answer it in one way or another. And also, at the end of our videos, there is in contact information, there's our mailing address for U.S. mail. So if you want to send us a letter on paper, no problem. And the phone number we give you, 860-469-2821. You can always leave us a message at that number, and we'll get it as well. So that's 860-469-2821. We do have a phone number for a TTD caller, but it's so new to me I haven't even used that. I think it's 860-469-4116 through i711.com, so you can check that out too, and which is that way. We will be setting up in a few months, hopefully, a dedicated machine to send and receive TDD messages here, so you would be able to connect through and leave us TDD messages as well. Okay, that's for the future. We'll work on it. Yep. Okay, guys. We'll talk to you later. Excuse me, I just gotta move you a little bit. Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye, everybody.